Well, all right. It is Thursday, February 8th. It's about 11:40 a.m. on the West Coast, and I've just wrapped it up for the day. Really, just not much of a trading day for me. Just slow price action, very choppy, and had to be on some of the larger charts to have some charts that had winning charts. So I did have four really good winning charts all day. But every entry was just very questionable. And I wasn't really trusting it today, considering that I do have the four losses this week. And so it's just been, one of those days where you just look at the entries and go like, well, I'm not going to enter that and risk that trade when I already have four losses. I don't want to do more damage to my PA accounts. I don't want to do more damage to any evaluations that are in good shape. And so just sitting and waiting and watching and, really just most of the day just in this chop right here. And so you can see I took one trade on this account or on this chart, and then I took another trade on another chart. Before I talk about those specifically, every day I am live streaming my trading session from about 9:45 to 12:30 Eastern. And what would I say? Yeah, if you want to check out, if you ever see or catch like a review like this, you can always go jump into my live list of videos where my live streams are, and you can watch any of my trades play out, how they played out live. They're all recorded and kept on YouTube, just tracking my journey on my Apex accounts. And so today, because the whole day was just choppy and slow and just didn't really know what was going to happen, I started just before 7, sometime around here. I was looking at a bunch of different charts, and it was just kind of one of those weird days where it was breaking above the previous day close and the opening price, but then it came back and tested it. Then it broke under, then it broke back above. And I just, it kind of had like a range feel here. And I wasn't sure if this was the top of the range or if it was going to pretend to break out and then fail to the downside. It was just very kind of confusing and slow. And I just wasn't sure about anything I was seeing. So then it broke out, and then it was doing the same thing up here against the previous day high. So all in this chop, I just really didn't know what to think. Was this a sign of a failed breakout? But then it didn't fail. It broke back out again. And so then was it going to go? And then it broke back inside, and it seemed like, okay, well, this time it's going to be a failed breakout. And then again, it two legs trying to break out again, and then it finally failed here. So by the time I took this trade, and let me just say, so evaluation 33 is the only account that I traded today. By the time I took this trade, it was already almost 11 o'clock my time. And I just don't want to trade my PAs that late. I mean, that's when charts that have all winning entries start to get losses well before that, like in the 9 to 9:30 area. And so I was just not willing to risk the PA this late. So I did switch to evaluation 33 only, which was my worst standing balance out of all my accounts. And I just figured, okay, I don't love the trade, but if it works, it's good for the account. And if it doesn't work, then, even if it blows up the account, it really doesn't matter. It's going to reset in the next 2 weeks, I think, something like that. So it just felt really inconsequential to me, and I wasn't going to feel any sort of way. And quite frankly, I said this in my live stream, 2-0 today on this one evaluation really just feels like a flat day to me. Even though it's nice to have 2 wins and have that count towards my stats, this account is going nowhere fast. It's got a long way to go to do anything, and I'm gonna have to do some more aggressive trading with it before the renewal, just to either blow it up and restart, or to get it in a good enough place or pass it before the renewal. So let me take this stuff off the screen and just talk about these couple of trades real quick and call it a day. All right. So by the time I decided I was going to trade just this evaluation, it was back here somewhere in the 930 area. And I really waited for this. And again, it was just like it continuously tested this top. And it just wasn't able to break out. And it just felt like, okay, how many times are you going to test it before it just gives up? So I kind of looked at this like at least a triple or quadruple or 5-time test even of trying to break out, and it wasn't able to do it, and had an entry. And what I did on this one was the reason why I stayed on late was I'm still testing out new ways of trading where I'm trying to capture at least my scalp target, which is 11 ticks typically. But I want to be able to try to capture more on trades that give it. So the idea here is that when the price moves far enough, I'll have my auto stop move to 10 ticks. I usually go for 11. I'm willing to give up 1 tick for the chance to get more ticks. And so really the idea is to just use the stop as my profit target and not really use a limit order profit target. I have one on the chart when the ATM gets triggered, but I just move it far out of the way. And really all I want to see is as price moves down, the auto stop will just keep moving down, trailing it, not too far apart, so that if it comes way back, I'm not going to lose a lot of drawdown. And the idea is just try to capture as much of a fast move down as I can. In this case, on trade 1, as you can see here, the leader account is a sim account. And so on the sim account, I got 10 ticks, but it actually didn't get 10 ticks on the evaluation account from Apex. It only got 6 ticks. So let me bring up the chart that shows the actual account, and I'll show you the difference here. So if you see here, again, it says my stop, my exit was at 76.50 here. And let's look at it with my account chosen. So here we go. This is with the evaluation on the chart specifically. And you can see entry was at 78.25 and the stop exit was at 76.75. So 6 ticks. So that's kind of a bummer because I really, I want to be able to go for more. And that the concept of why I'm trying to do this is if it proves to be successful more times than not, I'd like to be able to play this way on my PA account where I'm just trading one contract. And in that way, if, this thing really just pushes, 11 ticks can turn into 30 ticks or 25 ticks, or even if it's only 14 or 15 ticks, whatever it is, it could be more. And I could take more advantage of a move down. But I don't want to give up 5 ticks on a bunch of trades just trying to get more, because then the math doesn't really work out. So, 6 ticks on 3 contracts is only like $78 I made on this trade. And for the amount of risk, it's like it just, I'm already taking on extra risk compared to the size of my scalps as it is. So this just makes it really feel not worth it. So, I'm going to keep testing this and seeing how often something like this happens where I get only 6 ticks versus the minimum I really want to accept is 10 ticks versus, something more than the typical 11 ticks I normally take on my trades. So let's go to trade number 2. All right. So you can see that first trade was up here on this chart. And so then I moved to this chart. I was kind of going back and forth between different charts. So when I saw this setup, I liked it because it was a bounce off of the previous day's close. And it was a legit entry. It looks like 2 legs down. And, even to the top of this candle, there was plenty of room. So also, this chart was another chart that had no losses for the entire day. And again, because I was just trading this evaluation 33, that felt like there was no consequence, win or lose. It was an easy trade to take. I had my order just sitting there for a long time, prices was trading all the way down here, and then finally it moved back up, and I just let my order stay there to get triggered in. And this one I played differently. This one I tried to play with 4 contracts, 3 contracts going for the scalp and 1 contract going for a runner, just in case it would, be like a short trap that then takes off. And so the good thing about this one was that all 3 contracts that were scalps got the full 11 ticks that I like to get. And then the runner was only a break even +1. So, I like this because I didn't give up any extra ticks that I normally get off of my strategy for my scalp. Whereas the first trade you saw, I got 5 ticks less than I normally get. And so, the only issue with this is that to be able to trade this way, you got to, in my opinion, I got to trade at least 4 contracts so that my runner is only 25% of the value of the trade. And so there's more inherent risk by having to trade 4 contracts. And really at the point of trading 4 contracts, you really put your drawdown on these Apex accounts and really the account itself at much larger risk trading that big. On a 25K account, 1 trade can virtually blow your account or very close to it. And on the 50Ks, you could blow more than half of your drawdown of the 25K or about half of it, depending on the size of the risk. So I can't really trade that way on my PA accounts because I don't want to have that much risk on them. I want to be able to, endure a loss and keep going with the account because I really want to try to get to a payout. So as you can see, I'm 51,450 currently after my losses this week. So I've got 1,150 to go. And so trading 1 contract at a time, it's a lot of trades to get there. So I was originally trading 2 contracts at a time. And fortunately, I reduced it to 1 contract because that would have been a lot of losses on this account this week. Both of these accounts really. And so I'd be even further behind considering the losses I took this week. So I had good timing in terms of reducing it to 1 contract. If I start to go on a win streak and I'm feeling confident about the trades again, I will go back to 2 contracts to kind of speed this along a little bit more. But right now I'm just thinking about volume of trades. And the theory is if I can get a good volume of trades, then there'll be enough trades happening enough times. And hopefully most of them are winners in the 80 to 90% area that eventually I will get to a payout. But right now where I'm sitting, not looking like it's happening for February payout window. So that's a bummer. I was hoping for that. And, and then all these other evaluations, about half of the active ones are not in great standing and half are in fine standing. So just want to get more aggressive in trying to move these along before they will renew. And that's really about it. So thanks for watching. The 80% discount still going on through next week with Apex. You can use this code or any other. And like I said, I am live streaming my account, my trading sessions every day. And see that there. And 2-0 for today. Overall, 58 and 16 for 2024, 78% for the week. Started off really bad. It's getting a little bit better. 6 and 4, 60%. And today was 2-0 for 100%. So for anyone that's following my journey all the way through, I started off very strong in the year. It was a very high win rate, 90%, and high 80s, and it's fallen off just in this past week with the 4 losses. Really dinged it. And but it's one bad week, and I have a lot of good weeks before that, and I'm definitely consistently getting more trades than I used to typically get. So already 10 trades for the week, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. So, that is a positive sign that just the volume of my trades is up, And so if the win percentage stays high, hopefully above 78%, I like to be closer to 85 to 90%, then I should start to see some results in terms of success, more PAs being attained through passing evaluations, and finally, hopefully, maybe a payout on a PA account, or maybe even two, since I have two right now. All right, I think that says it all. Looking forward to trying to get some trades on the PA accounts tomorrow. Like and subscribe, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Thanks for watching.